Well, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are. Thank you for joining our online webinar this evening. Well, this evening, morning, or afternoon, wherever you are. Uh, I would like you to sit back and enjoy this presentation this evening. It's going to be absolutely mind-blowing. Keep your pens on hand, keep your notepads, make as much notes as possible, much questions as possible, because you would get the opportunity to type your question in at the end, and we would answer it duly for you as well. So yes, before we get going, I'd like to introduce our presenter for this evening. Now, she was introduced to global wealth trade 8 years ago and launched her e-mall within 24 hours. She had exposure to this industry from the time she was a child, so she had no doubt that it worked. Now, her education is actually in music, but her work experience includes working for Kodak, several years working as a property manager, and more recently in business development and social sales. Her first experience having her own home-based business was in her early 20s, and over the next few years, whenever she pictured what a dream job would be like, the vision always came back to this industry because really it's a powerful industry. So she got positioned with a diamond package even though she wasn't ready to get to serious work. Fortunately, because of the amazing business model that we do have, her business still grew. And we would cover on that a little while later as well. Now she's getting down to serious work, expanding her operations in multiple countries, ladies and gentlemen. She's launched 8 e-malls locally and has grown to over 500 e-malls, which is electronic malls, in 40 countries, with already 900,000 plus dollars of sales that have gone through her business. Her immediate goal is to become diplomat and qualify for her free car. This is also an insane promotion that has come in. So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I'd like to introduce our presenter for this evening, none other than Rebecca Robinson. Hey, Rebecca.
Hey Nolan, how are you doing? Can you hear me okay?
Yes, loud and clear. I'm good, thank you.
Excellent, excellent. Well, thank you for such an amazing introduction. I was thinking, wow, I really want to meet that person, and then I realized it was me. So thanks so much for that.
Pleasure.
I want to welcome all of you this evening. This evening, if you're in the region of South Africa, it's afternoon here in Ottawa, Canada. Good morning for all of you in between. Thanks so much for taking the time to join us today, and I'm pretty excited about what we're about to share with you. So we're going to start off talking a little bit about our company and the benefits. Of course, we're going to touch on our amazing products because they are very unique compared to what's out there. We're going to talk a little bit about our compensation plan and all the different ways that we can get paid in this company. And we're going to talk a little bit about our past and present and how your future could look with us as well. So we're going to get started. I know all of you are not immune to inflation. You've experienced it, I'm sure, throughout your lifetime. I know if you've been around long enough, I'm sure you can remember simple things like the cost of bread and the cost of gas, just the differences over the years in how that's changed and how our wages really haven't kept up with that. Inflation, is around between 12 and 15% per year, and I'm pretty sure it's safe to say most places in the world are not giving wage increases at that rate. I know we used to have some really good raises over here, around 6% a year, and now you're lucky to get 1 to 2%, if that. So, basically you have three choices then to deal with this situation. You can either adjust down your lifestyle standard, downsize your home, downsize your car, or eliminate your vehicle. But really, there's only so much you can actually downsize. So it's not the most effective way to deal with inflation, nor is it the most fun either. Of course, you can always increase your debt to maintain your lifestyle. Many people do that. Again, it's not really a long-term solution because there's only so much debt you're going to be able to carry without it having a dramatically negative impact on your life as well. So really that leaves you with finding another stream of income to at least maintain, but hopefully improve your lifestyle. So that's really a key ingredient as to why we're here and what we're talking about today. Inflation also has a huge impact on the ability for people to retire. So the big question is, are you ready for retirement? Most people are going to have to say no. There's only 5% of people by age 65 that are actually wealthy enough to retire. Now you can see almost a third of the population doesn't have to worry about it, unfortunately, because they're already passed. But you know, there's another huge group of people in the world on social assistance, if you're lucky to have that in the country that you live in, or, you know, still working, and I think that number is getting even higher. So we know for sure that in order to be able to be ready for retirement, we want to be part of that 5% wealthy. Now, one of the more recent numbers that's been floating around for people as a target is $1 million to have in savings to be able to retire comfortably. Unfortunately, I just read an article not too long ago about millennials and how they're really going to have $5 million in savings for retirement, you know, and that number is only going to keep going up. So we really need a way to deal with that. So who are these 5%? Because clearly we want to be part of that number. They're business owners. You can see that, you know, there's a small percentage of people here that are professionals. They're going to be, you know, probably quite comfortable for retirement. 1% are inventors. So if you have that genius about you, that's, you know, a very small number, but you're lucky to be one of those. The rest of us really have to rely on taking advantage of the opportunity to become business owners in some way. So that's where we come in with Global Wealth Trade. Our company was founded here in Ottawa in 2005 by Ramin Mesgarlu. It actually was started just as an idea on paper in his home office, about a 15-minute drive from where I'm sitting. So I feel very blessed to be able to be working with this amazing company right from its birthplace. We are an e-commerce and fashion business. We're going to talk a little bit more in a while about why that's so exciting and important. We're a debt-free, multi-million-dollar direct sales corporation, and you know, if you're aware of anything going on in the economy around the world right now, you know how important it is that we are debt-free. We have the ability to make our own decisions and have that security within our organization that a lot of companies don't have. We are serving clients in over 165 countries now, which is just phenomenal in you know, a little over 10 years of growth. With really, we have over about 75,000 email operators and VIP clients now. So it's really hard to keep up with that number on this slide. We're always expanding day by day. You know, we're having different meetings like this one. So it's an exciting time, definitely, to be in the organization, and we are Canada's largest designer fashion house with a manufacturing heritage that dates back to the 1880s. So although we're in our 11th year of business, what's really exciting is that we have well over 100 years of experience under our belts. It's created a very solid, strong foundation to the products that we offer, as well as the actual business structure itself. There's a wealth of experience there, you know, driving this company forward. So it's pretty exciting as well. Our mission statement is to become the most globally impactful designer brand, while also providing a lifelong opportunity for entrepreneurs to build generational wealth. So super exciting mission statement to have. Most companies, you know, are going to be focused on their own profits and growth. And with Global Wealth Trade, we're really focused on not only, you know, making ourselves #1 in the designer world, but also helping to create people generational wealth for people throughout the world as well. And our vision is through empowerment to create 1,000 GWT millionaires en route to the billion. So another really exciting and I think unique facet of our organization. I don't know of any other company in the world where the CEO wants to give $1 million to 1,000 people. So, you know, just keep that in mind. There's so many different ways that we have a unique culture with Global Wealth Trade, but that's certainly one that resonates, I think, with almost everybody. So I talked a little bit earlier about how we are in the e-commerce and fashion businesses, and the reason this is important is because these are two industries that really are recession-proof. Fashion is a $1.2 trillion industry. E-commerce is a $1.67 trillion industry. So, you know, you can see a lot of wealth being generated there. In years that were considered recession years, Gucci made $16 billion in 2011. Louis Vuitton fashion house made just under $40 billion in 2012. And actually last year, Louis Vuitton made more money than Mercedes. Now, if you can imagine, Mercedes offers a product that, you know, provides you the ability to get around. It provides you transportation. It's a practical product, even though it's in the luxury realm, while Louis Vuitton is not offering you anything really practical or necessary at all, and yet they made more money than Mercedes. So just something to keep in mind. It's a very solid industry to be in. And in terms of, you know, e-commerce, well, we all know that, you know, 10 years ago, people generally weren't buying too much online, and most people were pretty skeptical about purchasing something online and putting their credit card out there into the universe, right? So that's gone away. People are, you know, buying more and more online every day. I know here in Canada now we can actually order our groceries online, have them delivered to us. We can, the LCBO is the liquor control board in Ontario. You can order your wine and have it delivered to you. It's just crazy, all the different avenues that are developing e-commerce. So it's projected to increase at least 25% every year for the next 5 years. I'm sure that that's going to be continuing well past that 5 years as well. The other vertical that we don't really have a slide for yet because we're just getting ready to introduce it is our amazing Fairy Flawless skincare line. And that's also an exciting addition to these two verticals we have here, because anti-aging, the anti-aging industry is actually projected to be worth $1.91 billion by 2019. And so again, another solid and growing industry that we're going to be getting into. So very exciting here all the way around for sure. We are a Hall of Fame company, so I know I've talked a lot about what we say about our company, but you know, I want to spend a couple of minutes talking about what other people are saying. In 2016, our CEO and founder, Remy Mesgarla, received a great honor being inducted into the Network Marketing Hall of Fame. He's been in the industry for 26 years. He's already created somewhere between 14 and 17 millionaires. That number is always growing, so again, it's a little hard to keep up. You know, and it's amazing what he's done for this industry. So we're very, very proud of him to be recognized for that. We are also currently a an A+ rated member of the Better Business Bureau. So again, a huge accomplishment. You don't get an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau by paying for it. You get it by earning it. And if you go and look up Louis Vuitton or Gucci through the BBB, you're going to notice that they have an F rating. That's A, B, C, D, E, F. And you know, all pertaining to customer service and how those issues are dealt with. So to have an A+ rating is a huge, huge honor and really sets us above everybody else in the industry that is in our competitive market. And again, in terms of network marketing, in 2016, we became number 20 out of 655 registered direct sales and MLM companies that were rated with a AAA+ rating, which is the best possible rating with businessforhome.org. Not only were we rated number 20 out of 655, but I will mention that if you're not aware, there are well over 2,000 different direct sales and MLM companies out there to choose from. So to be ranked number 20 again is just a phenomenal thing for a company that's only been in business for you know, about 11 years. We also have a lot of media accolades in again various different industries. So we're not just getting accolades in one location. So in terms of trade and business media, what's really key about our CEO being featured here on the cover of the American Business Journal is that this is a publication that goes out to CEOs across North America, and Ramin was actually the first and only Canadian CEO to ever be featured on the cover of the American Business Journal. So huge, huge accomplishment. We're so proud of him for that. In terms of fashion media, most people have not heard of Regard magazine. It's probably due to the fact that it's a $50 US publication, and so this is the publication that the stars are going to see who everybody's wearing, what's new on the market. And what's unique about Regard magazine is that they really have a policy of not featuring a designer more than once per year. And in this particular, not just this issue, but the year that we were featured, we actually hit the cover 3 times in 1 year. So again, blowing industry standards out of the water. And then, of course, we have the Networking Times International MLM Industry Magazine. It's very well known and highly regarded, and we've been featured in that several times as well. Then one last one I did want to point out, if you can see my pointer kind of moving around there at the bottom, that's a picture of Oprah Winfrey in her Women of Wealth magazine, and our CEO and Chief Design Officer, or sorry, not our CEO, our Senior Vice President and Chief Design Officer, Sanaz Human, was featured in that publication as well. So super exciting things to read about here. If you want to know, more, you can see there's so much more out there. Get back to the person who invited you to this tour, because they'll be able to point you into the right direction on your VIP account, where you can read a lot more about all the different accolades. Of course, we've been featured on many different red carpets, and very popular shows as well. The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, Fashion Police, Golden Globe Awards, the Emmys, on and on and on, and it keeps increasing every year. We have over 300 celebrities that wear our Fairy designer line products right now, and what's really significant about that is that we do not pay or endorse celebrities to wear our products. They're wearing them because they love them, and the word is getting out there, and more are coming to us every day. So super excited about that as well. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit, introduce you to our 3 brands that we have right now. I did mention Fairy Flawless, our anti-aging skincare line. That's going to really be a 4th separate brand and vertical that's coming out very soon at our international convention in March. But I will start today with our Posh fashion line. So Posh is really our everyday, every person, everywhere fashion brand. It's for men and women. It's a very, very economical fashion line, starting with products around $25 up to about $300. And it includes timepieces, jewelry, and there are cufflinks for men as well, so a nice little variety in there. What's super exciting for 2017 in our Posh line is how many different areas we're going to expand in. We're going to be expanding into handbags and sunglasses at a more affordable price point for the average consumer. We're going to be adding a kids line of sunglasses, again, so we can fashionably protect our children's eyes, as well as having the ability to match mom and daughter and dad and son. And again, we're going to have a line of Posh scarves, which are very exciting for the women mostly, and men's body care line as well. So we're really set to expand the Posh line out in a huge way, which is going to really help in terms of marketing to your everyday average clientele. Now our next line is our Fairy luxury line. So this is also known as the celebrity line. It is the largest brand line that we have currently, which includes our 950 Palladium, our handbags, merces, timepieces, shoes for men and women, Shields, which is our premium grade sunglasses, opticals, belts, and of course, our Fairy Monogram series. So you can see down at the bottom, there are a couple pairs of shoes there and a beautiful handbag, all with the Monogram series. Only exclusive designers have a Monogram series because it's so costly to produce, and really it's an exclusive product. So super excited about Fairy Luxury. I will mention our 950 Palladium. What really sets it apart is the fact that pretty much everyone on the market is going to offer you 925 silver. Ours is actually 950 silver, so a higher purity of silver mixed with palladium, which is not only a highly costly metal, but also a very durable one. And on top of which, our palladium jewelry is actually handmade, hand set, and it's set with swan cut stones, which are actually lab created diamonds exclusive to Fairy designer lines. You won't find them anywhere else in the world. I have a piece of palladium, and I swear, you know, people think it's a $10,000 diamond ring, and it retails for $198. So I kid you not, palladium is an amazing product. I could go on and on and on about it, but again, you can check out your VIP account in the product section. You're going to see all the different things that we have to offer. Our Fairy Mosh line is our ultra luxury line. This is where it really all began. The idea of, if it doesn't exist, create it, and if it exists, make it better. So in this line, we have 19 and 21 karat gold, handmade, hand set pieces with 21 karat gold and flawless diamonds. No one in the world does this. It's too costly, and they have never you know, had a desire to spend the millions of dollars and time to create this formulation. So we're very, very proud of Fairy Mosh. There are less than 400 people in the world wearing a Fairy Mosh piece right now. Everyone is individually custom made for its owner. So along that, in addition to that, we have our prestige and exotics collections in opulence wear. These include genuine python skins, genuine stingray as well, all hand dyed and handmade. So really, really luxurious items. This is about what we can do. This is about what demonstrates who we are in the industry, and it's really not going to be for most of your customers. This is for the exclusive shopper who is already looking to one-up their friend with the Hermes bag. This is what Fairy Mosh is about. So, you know, you've seen our brands now, a little sampling, a very little sampling about what we offer and what we do. Let's talk a little bit about traditional business options and how this all plays out. If you were going to launch your own business, we know that we want to be business owners to be part of that 5% of wealthy people, right? So you're thinking about opening a traditional business, you're looking at least $1 million to start up. And I would argue that if you're going to get into fashion, you're looking at multi-million dollars, like 40, 50, 60 million dollars to start. So on top of just your product line, you're going to be having to consider store location. And of course, we all know that the better your location is, the higher the rent is going to be, or the cost of the property. You need experience, and without experience, you're going to probably not have success. So that's you know, a time and money investment there. Inventory, you talked about a little bit. Your furniture, you want to have a nice atmosphere and an ambiance, so that's going to cost you whether you purchase it or you rent it every month. Staffing, you know, not just, you know, finding the staff, but training them, you know, finding new staff, because you're typically going to have a lot of turnover, especially if you're in a retail store. That's an ongoing challenge, as well as your website development, which can cost you anywhere between $5,000 and $10,000 just for a basic website, never mind you know, the ongoing costs of your shopping cart and uploading new products and whatnot. And then, of course, there's the cost of insurances and utilities and everything else, right? So not just $1 million to start up, but really all of your ongoing costs. So the great thing about Global Wealth Trade is that with us, for just 3,599 Canadian dollars, you have a turnkey business. It's fully operational from the minute you launch. You've got a complete full website with millions of dollars of product and inventory already there waiting for you to sell from your online store. You have phenomenal business training that happens all through the week. We have a Sunday night leadership call that happens every week, and also a Tuesday night fast start training call. But then there are many, many other trainings that are happening throughout the week with different business partners throughout the world. We have automatic business and customer reports that you don't have to design. They're there right there for you from day one to be able to track your business. Tax savings, of course, we don't talk a lot about that here, but definitely in North America, in Australia, and the UK, I'm not sure about South Africa. I'm sure it would apply as well. Tax savings are huge. You can save between $3,000 and $9,000 a year in North America by having a home-based business. Governments want you to, because governments realize they cannot take care of the economy. They cannot take care of all people. So they give back tax savings to people who take the initiative to take care of their own personal economies. And of course, product inventory is there for you, I mentioned, right away, and worldwide sales. So unlike having a traditional business where you might only be able to capture your local market, you're able to operate around the world 24 hours a day with this business. So we really are the ideal partnership. GWT is taking care of all of the headaches for you. They're taking care of the inventory, they're taking care of all of your orders, taking all of your payments, doing all of the shipping, taking care of guarantees and returns, your website maintenance, and certificate of authenticity for our Fairy Mosh pieces. So really all of the logistical headaches that you would have as a small business owner are completely out of the way for you, which frees you up. All you have to do is tell 2 people about your new business and your dazzling products. So very, very simple. You're already going to be excited about having launched your own new business. All you have to do is tell people about it. That's it. So there are lots of different ways why this could be the ideal opportunity for you. It's going to resonate differently with everyone. Of course, we're all interested in not having to worry about our future retirement, so that's a key one that I think everybody's going to be able to relate to. I think for most people as well, you're going to like the flexible hours. You know, this isn't designed to have to do solely. You can do this around your full-time job and create that extra income stream we were talking about, and start developing a residual income. So this can be your retirement plan while you're still working your job. I know a lot of people in their jobs don't have anything outside of a government job. You don't have a pension building. So this is a great way to ensure that you have that. Working from home, of course, people love that, but you know, you're not exclusive to working at home. You could be working at a coffee shop. You could be working while you're traveling, on the beach. Anywhere you have an internet connection, basically, and a telephone is where you can do this business. And of course, be your own boss. Many of us have worked for not so great bosses, and this is an amazing, amazing way to be able to change that forever in your life. So how does it work? Well, with your email, you can make online retail sales anywhere in the world. You can earn up to 67% profit. Your email is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, so it can be generating sales even while you're sleeping. We drop ship right to your customers worldwide. We even take care of all the VAT duties and customs clearance. So I will say as well, the speed of shipping with our company is really out of this world. I know that Nolan and Seema have ordered products from Toronto in Canada and received them in 3 business days. I mean, that's just insane. So I've ordered products, and you know, of course, I'm pretty close to Toronto. I'm only 5 hours away, and in less than 48 hours, I've had it from my computer online order to my doorway. So it's very consistent. We have an amazing process that way. You get paid weekly onto a GWT MasterCard. So again, an awesome thing. It's, you know, a lot of companies will pay you by check, and they pay you only once a month, and that's after month end. All the calculations have been done, they mail it out to you, so essentially it could be almost 8 weeks before you actually get paid. With our company, you get paid weekly. Our GWT Debit MasterCard works throughout the world. We have many leaders that are world travelers and, you know, take out their money in different currencies wherever they happen to be. And of course, if you make retail sales right from your store, you actually get paid your retail commissions within 24 hours of that. So really great turnaround time for actually making your profits. And we talked about this bigger tax breaks already. So your success really is going to, for the majority, come in a person-to-person form. As much as technology makes things easy, I mean, we're all meeting together here right now globally, which, you know, still blows me away. Person-to-person is where you're going to really have the most of your success. This is a people business. Industry really is about people. It's not about the product so much. Of course, home parties are going to help you with that as well. And social media is also great because that's where you're going to find a lot of your customers as well. You never know who's looking at your website when you're asleep. So it's a pretty balanced out method in how it works. So we're going to talk a little bit about our email packages. I already mentioned the Diamond package. It's 3,599 Canadian. What's amazing about the Diamond package is that you actually get up to 40% off of your products, which is unheard of anywhere. And this package comes already including $2,100 of wholesale value in your inventory account. We're going to talk about the inventory account in a minute. As well, this is the package where you're going to maximize your highest earning potential, and you know, we'll show you that a little bit more in a minute as well. Now, there is also a gold package and a Palladium package. So these are our three core business building packages. The gold is 1,899 Canadian. You're still getting up to 35% off your products, and it does come with $1,100 wholesale value in your inventory account. So that's still really great. And of course, with your Palladium package, it's $699 Canadian, up to 30% off your products, and $370 in your inventory account ready to shop from. So all of those are really solid places to start. They're going to get you off to some great momentum, because especially with the products included in them. We do also have a retailer package. It's $169 Canadian. You do get up to 25% off your products, but it only comes with a basic website. You still have turnkey access to, you know, the millions of dollars of product inventory. It's an affordable option for people who can't otherwise get started. So we don't want to exclude that, but it's not really going to help you maximize all of the incentives and money that you can earn through your business. If you launch Diamond today, of course, there is another huge incentive on top of the discounts and the retail profit and earning potential. You also automatically qualify for a free 7-day getaway. So this is amazing. It's valued at about $1,500 to $2,000 US dollars, and is you know, for 3,000 different style resort locations to choose from across the world. So you're not limited to your local location. Really, you can work with the travel agent that has partnered with us to design your own vacation. So it's pretty exciting. Just for launching your Diamond email, you're getting already a 7-day getaway. So I wish that I could launch my Diamond email again. I wish every time I do this presentation I could, but take advantage of it is what I'll say, because we really are not just about you know, fashion and jewelry. We're about having that luxury lifestyle in our lives, and that's this is a very good demonstration of that. So with your inventory account, this is really, we're the only company to have the revolutionary inventory account. There's not an auto ship that's available or required every month, but essentially your inventory account is what you're going to buy and sell every month to maintain your operations in your email. So just like if you had a traditional business and you'd have your overhead costs of rent and staffing and all of those other headaches, The only thing you have to do here is maintain your inventory account. And so with the diamond email, it's $150 that you would buy and sell at your leisure every month. With the gold and palladium packages, it's $75. And with the retailer package, it's only $35. So you have a lot of different flexibility there depending on the packages that you start with. But as well, it's flexibility because you can buy and sell immediately from your email. You can accumulate for a couple of months for your dream products or for any gifts that you might be giving. For example, if you find a pair of fairy shoes that you've fallen in love with, maybe you want to accumulate in your inventory account for 2 or 3 months to be able to afford them. So you don't have to actually be ordering something every single month, although many of us do because we just can't help ourselves. So, but the great thing about IA, the inventory account, is that you don't have shipments arriving every month that you don't want. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the ways that we can make money. There are many different ways in this organization that we can make money. So retail, of course, is your very, very straightforward, you know, everybody knows how it works in a business. As a diamond member, you would buy this beautiful fairy emerald isle ring for $283. You would sell it to your customer at a retail value of $471, which would make you instantly $188. So I just want to, you know, kind of plant the seed. Think about how long it would take you to make that $188 in your current job, and how hard do you have to work to make that $188 versus, you know, how easy is it to, you know, have a home party or show someone your beautiful fairy catalog or point them to your website, have them look around, find whatever they like, they do all the ordering, the company is taking care of all of the shipping and payments, and you're making $188 within 24 hours to your GWT debit card. So it's pretty exciting, pretty straightforward. We've had people selling products right off their wrists, so it's a fun way to do business. Wholesale profits are another great way for us to make money. So every time that you launch a partner email, you're going to be given a wholesale profit from the company that essentially is saying, thank you for helping this person get started with their business, and we want you to, you know, guide them away on their start and get them started on the right foot. So we're going to offer you a wholesale profit. So when you launch a new Palladium email in your business, you earn $150. When you launch a gold email, it's $250, and when you launch a diamond email, you get a $350 wholesale profit. And of course, this is unlimited, so however many different new partners emails you launch, you're going to earn a wholesale profit each time. So for example, you've got 4 friends here and they each pick a package. You can see the different wholesale profits you're going to make from them. Essentially, you've just earned $900 in wholesale profits just by helping 4 of your friends across the world launch their own email, start their own business, get their own tax savings, and really help to improve their own lifestyle. The other great thing about wholesale profits is that it doesn't really matter where your new partner launches their package they launch their email with. If they launch a Palladium email, but then they upgrade to a diamond email, you're still going to earn that $200 difference when they upgrade their email. So there's still an incentive there, of course, for you to help get them going and help them keep growing their business as well. You know, something else to keep in mind, you could do this in a month. That's really launching 1 email a week. That's a pretty modest pace. You could earn this in a week, or you could even earn this in a day. There are people who have done this in a day. So, you know, I just want to get you thinking about taking off the limits of yourself. Anything really is possible. With our compensation plan as well, we have a business development and travel bonus, which is super exciting. You can earn up to 10% bonus on all your first generation partners. So, you know, everyone that you personally introduce into this business and help get started is your first generation. Imagine if they're making $1,000, you're going to be able to make 10% of that on each time they make that $1,000. But what's even more exciting is that you can earn up to 5% on all of your second generation. So all of those partners that you've introduced and help them duplicate their business and grow their business out, you're now going to be making money from that as well. So with the BDB and the travel bonus, they're split into a 50-50 payment plan. 50% is paid as cash and 50% goes towards your travel bonus. So this is really to help you out when your business gets growing and you're traveling to different locations and markets to help your team. You're going to have that travel bonus to help pay for all of those different expenses as well. Of course, we can also earn residual commissions globally by launching new emails. So this part is super exciting. You can get paid up to 8% on all team sales globally. So you can see these new partners that you launched aren't all in your local area. They're all over the world. So it doesn't matter where they are. You're going to get paid up to 8% on all your team sales. Our company actually pays out 70% back to consultants. So for every dollar that comes into the company, they keep 30 cents and 70 cents goes back out to the distributor. So pretty exciting. You can earn up to $10,000 per week. Of course, if you have a diamond package, this is where the advantage comes in again. You actually maximize by having 3 business centers instead of 1. And so you can actually earn up to $30,000 per week instead of just 10. So I know a lot of us would be happy with $10,000 a week. That's pretty good money. But if you're the type of person who doesn't want to leave any money on the table, then diamond package is definitely the way you want to go. Global revenue sharing. This is another super exciting opportunity for all of us. So we don't have ranks in our company like a lot of other in our industry do. We do have recognition levels, however, and so I know to start, Nolan mentioned my immediate goal is to become diplomat and qualify for the free car program. So that is one of the great advantages we have with our recognition levels. Once you get to regional ambassador, national ambassador, and global ambassador, you get to participate in global revenue sharing and actually take a piece of the pie right from the company for all global sales, not just the ones in your team, but sales that are happening throughout the company. So this includes 2% of your package sales, 1% of IA sales, and 1% of upgrade sales. And you can see here at our convention last year, the first checks ever for global revenue sharing were handed out. In the top picture, you see our CEO, Rami Mezgarlu, our national ambassador, Reza Mezgarlu in the middle, and our senior VP, Sanaz Human on the right. Reza's global revenue sharing check was $23,000, so pretty insane if you consider a lot of people take a whole year to make that, and this was just a global revenue sharing check on top of all of the other money that he earned last year in his business. Pretty crazy. And then in the photo below is our youngest millionaire, Mr. Rene Liao. He's based in Toronto, and his check was $19,000. Now, this was the first ever global revenue sharing checks issued, so you can imagine with how much we keep expanding on a day-by-day basis, these checks that they're going to get in March this year are going to be, I'm sure, at least double that. Business that offers a luxury lifestyle. You know, I mentioned it before, we're really about the luxury lifestyle in our organization. Once you become an ambassador, you actually qualify for a 5-day Caribbean cruise. With the regional ambassadors, you qualify for a 5-star all-inclusive exotic vacation. Now, what's exciting about this is that this essentially, this group gets to go to an exclusive separate location on a beautiful resort where they also each get their own private butler for 7 days, or 5 days rather, and you know, 24-hour accessibility to that butler. So it's just kind of beyond what most of us, you know, would ever normally experience. Of course, with the national ambassadors, you qualify for a luxury car, and it is prepaid for 18 months, so a lot different than other car programs out there, or even our diplomat program. This one you qualify once, and it's prepaid for 18 months. And then once you reach global ambassador, all bets are off, and you get to qualify for an exotic car for 18 months. So this is our McLarens, our Lamborghinis, Maseratis, Rolls Royce, if that's what you like. So really the possibilities are limitless there. GWT, however, is not all about just the luxury and the fun stuff. We really are about caring for other people in our communities and around the world as well. Our CEO has a very well-defined mantra of be more, do more, have more, and give more. And, you know, he really promotes the equality between all of those different aspects. And you can see here where we've really, you know, gone to bat for a lot of different organizations over the years and, you know, help people as much as we possibly can. So timing is everything. You've heard that, I'm sure, many times in your life before. You've probably experienced at least once or twice even missing out on a sale that if you know, just had a little bit better timing, you would have gotten a better deal. This is no different at all. You know, imagine if you'd had the chance to partner with Gucci or Chanel or Cartier or even McDonald's in the 70s. Where would your family be right now? You probably wouldn't be watching this presentation because you already have the luxury lifestyle. So this is your chance. We have spent, you know, the first 10 years in formulation and development. We have a solid foundation now. We're in the momentum phase. We're expanding exponentially every day. You don't want to miss out on this. You know, I met a gentleman actually on Tuesday night at our live tour in Ottawa who saw this 8 years ago, and now he's pretty sorry that he didn't get to work back then. So I know he's on board with us now and excited about building in the momentum phase with us. So watch, we're with you with every step. You know, we've talked about all of these different areas, how we are really there to help you build your business. This is not something you have to do by yourself. In fact, it works much better when you work with us. So keep that in mind. You do have a plan of action, but it's very, very simple. 4 steps. Choose your email package, open a VIP account, order your products, show and retail your products, and then expand your territory by launching new emails. So very, very simple 4-step process, and just keep duplicating and helping your business partners to do the same. So for tonight only, we do have a fast launch rebate promotion. I encourage you to consider this very, very strongly. If you're already ready to launch with the gold, take advantage of the $1,000 off the diamond packaging and get yourself to diamond right away. All of our incentives that you can qualify for with the cruises, the vacations, the cars, you must be a diamond to start qualification for those. So great, great way to get there right off the bat. Or take advantage of the gold package promotion as well and get $500 off your gold package if you can do that as well. They're a one-time tonight only shot, so you know, make sure you get all of your questions answered as soon as we're done with this presentation, and you know, don't delay on that at all. It's time to live again. And I know that something in these pictures is going to resonate with all of you. You know, even if you're thinking, well, I really don't wear fashion, I don't really care about fashion, I don't wear jewelry, that's okay. This business is designed to help you, you know, facilitate the life that you want to have. If you like to go hiking all the time, if you like to go camping, well, you still have to be able to fund that at some point and you know, take care of all of your other bills. This is a great way to do it. So I encourage you very strongly, again, you know, get your questions answered, and you know, we're here to partner with you right away. So I want to welcome you to the GWT Global family, and thank you so much again for your time, sticking it out with us tonight, especially if you've had a long day of work already. And I know people find this time of January a little bit tough. So thank you again so much. I know I'm going to pass it back over to Nolan and Seema now, and I think they have some couple of great guests that are going to speak with you for a minute as well.
Wow, thank you for that lovely presentation, Rebecca. You were on fire tonight, as always. You know, so vibrant. I just love listening to you over and over again. So well done on your presentation. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Just looking to see if there is any questions or comments. There is nothing for now. So we're going to move on to our guest speaker. She is the first Caribbean ambassador and is from a small island called St. Lucia with a population of under 180,000 people. Now, she has built this business to create income for her on a weekly basis, all done from her home and island. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to welcome Venetia Charles Jones. Hi, Venetia, can you hear me?
Good evening, Seema. Can you hear me clearly?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Awesome. Thank you so much for this great introduction, Seema. And Rebecca, oh my God, what an amazing presentation tonight. I totally enjoyed listening to you, and you have such a skill in delivering information effectively, and everything came through very clearly and well understood as well. So great job as usual, Rebecca. With what's happening around the world now, based on what Rebecca presented to us this evening, is the fact that every single person needs an additional source of income. Whether you are in a comfortable place financially or not, it means that everyone needs to amass a little more to be able to deal with this thing called inflation. In my small island, the average monthly income for households is pretty low and really does not allow for one to have a good quality of life, especially with the cost of living going up every single week or every single month. So when I saw Global Wealth Trade's opportunity about 5 years ago, at that time, some things were happening in my family that was really, really dread. I worked with an organization for 10 years, and after 10 years I was sent home. While I got other jobs after that, but they didn't pay me anything close to what I had built in 10 years in that company. So that really added a great deal of stress to my family life, to the point where there were days when the debt was so high and the income was so low that we barely was able to eat properly as a family. The option of me having to extend to my parents, that became a no-no, and even to other persons, that became absent as well. In 2010, a friend of mine called me up and says, well, there's something I want to show you. I saw this, but like many persons, I made a decision out of ignorance and not trying to see anything outside of the box. I stayed in my comfortable zone, and my life got worse, much worse, within 12 months. He didn't give up though. In 2011, he called me up again and showed me the same thing. Only there were a few things that were different. My life was much worse, and I listened to stories of other persons who lived in other islands in the Caribbean, and within those 12 months, some of these persons were earning in excess of 10,000 US dollars a month. Whoa, that blew me away. At that point, ladies and gentlemen, I was more than dead broke. I was probably buried broke. The bank was already moving in to take my home. I had lost my 2 vehicles. My children were taken out of private school and put into the public school. There was not much for me to have lost then. So I figured, you know, if I decided to do this, the only option for me, the worst thing that can happen for me is it wouldn't work. But I would have known because I would have tried it. So I went ahead. Don't ask me how I got the money, but I did. And I launched my email. I gave my business the same level of respect and the same level of consistency and work ethic that I gave to my jobs. And in doing that for 6 months, my business started paying me back. And since then, that's from September of 2012 when I decided to quit my last job to now, I have never worked another full-time job or any other job. This business has done for me what no other job would have been able to do for me. So within those past 4 years where I have been able to retire, not only have I been able to re-stabilize my family in terms of finance and time, but now I'm able to help many other persons do the same thing. The most powerful thing for me about this business opportunity is the fact that unlike many other persons in my small island, I didn't have to leave St. Lucia to go to another country to get a better life or a better opportunity. What's more powerful for me is while I tap into the global economy, I pull these income from at least 39 different countries around the world as we speak, And that money comes to me in my small island every week, and I spend most of it here in St. Lucia. So the statistics of my business right now is I have personally helped about 49 persons, both in my country and outside of my country, to launch their emails, and some persons already changing their lifestyles as a result. And that has expanded into 1,370 plus people in over 39 countries around the world. The main reason that I did this was because of me. I wanted to have a quality of life that was not dictated by a system. I wanted a quality of life where I chose to do what I wanted to do when I wanted to do it. So that has given me the time and financial freedom to be able to choose the life that I want. The second reason is because of my family, my husband and my 4 children. My eldest is 14 and she's in the 4th year in high school and has 1 year to go after this year. And we have a very, very high rate of unemployment in St. Lucia, and we have persons coming from university and staying for years not being able to find employment. I want to be able to have my kids. So my kids already have a great foundation that's already created in global wealth trade, where 2/3 of the work has already been done for them based on the effort that I have put into my business. So by the time my daughter leaves school in a year and a half, that's high school, she will be able to inject very little effort and have her business start paying her towards having to go to medical school, which is what she wants. And the third reason really is because of my country and my region. I meet so many people every day who have really great families and they mean well. But these people are so limited in what they can do, not just for themselves, but for other loved ones and people immediately around them. And the main reason for that is because of a lack of money. And that is a fundamental cry for most of the people in my country and my region. And perhaps that's the same for you as well, or you probably know some persons like that. So one of my missions, or my biggest mission now, is not so much for myself or for my family anymore. It's because I want to help inject at least 2,000 Canadian dollars monthly additional into the homes of at least 100 families in my region within the next 3 to 5 years. If I'm able to do this, and I know I will, it means as an ordinary citizen without being in parliament or in government, I would have been able to do for my people what my government is unable to do. And ladies and gentlemen, this is the power and the ability that I have received through this amazing company called Global Wealth Trade, where a lot of the logistics, or most of the logistics, is taken care of by the company and empowers me to simply go out there and change lives. So I am really, really grateful for being connected with individuals like Seema and Nolan in South Africa, who are doing an amazing job in leading that market, with Rebecca and many others in Canada and the US and in Australia and Nigeria and all over the world, where this company comes together as one company with one goal and one mission. So Seema, thank you so much for having me. I look forward to the guests on the call really taking this opportunity, really taking it serious, especially with the great offer that Rebecca offered tonight, that diamonds get as much as $1,000 off and gold $500 off. I wish I had that in my time, you know, it would really have helped me a lot. So I really want to congratulate those persons who have already made the decision to get started. I want to remind you that no matter where you are in the world, you have the support of many leaders, including myself, to help you get to the goals that you will set for yourself and for your family. Again, thank you so much for having me, Seema, and right back to you. Rebecca, looking forward to seeing you in March.
Wow, thank you, Vanisha. You are such an inspiration person. Just listening to you, really gets me all hyped up. And, it's so true what you're saying, because this is the opportunity we want to bring to our country to help change lives because of the high rate of unemployment in our countries. And this is what this business is about. It's all about changing lives and helping people. So, ladies and gentlemen, a big thank you to Vanisha Charles Jones from St. Lucia for her testimony, We really appreciate your time, Venetia. And to Rebecca, our presenter tonight from Canada, thank you on an awesome job as always. We really appreciate you and your time as well. I don't see any comments or questions. So ladies and gentlemen, we are going to call it a call. So from me and Nolan, it's a good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Stay blessed, and till we meet again next Tuesday. Have an awesome day. Thanks. Bye. To the billion.
Good night to the billion.